You need to work on your announcer voice.
I don't care. I don't need an announcer voice because I'm all about that peace and love. I will be best friends with everyone in ScrubClub community.
Except Brie Larson. Anyways,
except Brie Larson.
Anyways, with all that being said, let's get started. What's up, everyone? Nicholas Fox here, and welcome to episode 73 of the ScrubClub Game Podcast. We are the average Joes that you probably want to know, why the hell are these guys still on here? Well, we will never leave unless, a cease and desist or something like that, but that ain't never happening anytime soon.
It is going to happen to you, though. That's a thing.
No, it's going to happen to you if you don't stop that stupid not safe for work crap you post on Discord. But we are the folks and jokes that tell you everything happening right now, currently in the video game industry, and sometimes, the movie industry, comic books, in case it's a slow day, but geek culture just in general. Rock with me today, we got the trio, myself, and then we got my boy, Xforce Gamer 88.
How's it going, everyone? This is Xforce Gamer 88. Yeah, I messed up. I messed up. Okay.
This is good.
Okay, how's it going, everyone? This is Xforce Gamer 88 coming to you live.
Alright, and we got Henshin the Go-Go, baby. Bouken Kabuto, take it away.
3, 2, 1.
God.
Henshin.
Stop. I knew the moment I mentioned Kamen Rider, I knew this nigga was going to do it. And my opening comment is, well, two actually. Bouken Kabuto just introducing the Kamen Rider today. And I know I got 2 seasons to watch that are currently back to back. That's number 1. Number 2, shouts to the graduating college classes of the fall of 2018 and spring of 2019. We made it, guys, and I say that because I am now officially a college graduate.
Hey, you joined the Illuminati.
Anyways, but yeah, I'm just doing my 2-step right now, and I was 2-stepping on my way to the freaking stage, getting my diploma.
2-step.
2-step. Hey, you see, Xforce, I knew you had a little nigga in you. We should go to the club sometime. Anyways, with that being said, yeah, guys, so we got some stuff to talk about. It's gonna be a really quick podcast. We're gonna be talking a lot about E3, and it's both good and bad, but we'll get to that in a minute. But as always, guys, we gotta do some housekeeping. So for those of y'all who are watching us live on Twitch.tv, shouts to you guys. Shouts to the 5 viewers who are currently watching. I greatly appreciate you guys. I love y'all. I love you. I really do. And chat, we love you. Be sure to hit us up. Let us know how it is going. How is your Tuesday night delight? How is your Taco Tuesday going right now? Because if you're listening to this right now, we're doing this on a Tuesday. We ain't doing it this weekend because we were all busy this weekend, and I was making money this weekend. So there you go. But yeah, chat, we love you. And don't worry, SoundCloud listeners, if you're like, you know what, I can't watch you guys live. I got baby mama drama at home. I got my wifey drama at home, or husbando drama. My wife who's tripping, my husband's tripping, my baby mama tripping, my side chick's tripping. The kids are acting up.
And then wife swapping as well.
Or wife swapping, it don't matter. Or maybe you got a wife who has a twin sister. You're like, who am I banging? It doesn't really matter. Don't worry, guys. We got you covered. You can't listen to us live. You can listen to us on SoundCloud with plenty of edits and stuff. Anyways, but
that's messed up.
But with all that being said, now I understand for those of y'all who we've always say, guys, be lively. Let us know how you're feeling, because we're gonna be talking a lot about topics about E3 tonight. But you're like, you know what, Reckless? I don't want to say anything. I don't want you to roast me, which I get offended when you say that, because I always said this. There's no such thing as a stupid question unless you ask it or you respond with a really dumb answer. So let us know how you're feeling. But until that fateful day, you know what? We always got your back. You can always, then, now, forever, email us at ScrubClubGameBookies@gmail.com. That's ScrubClubGameBookies@gmail.com for any questions, comments, concerns, advice, and business inquiries. We love doing business with you indie folks out there. All you indie game developers, you indie movie guys out there, you got something that you want us to look at, hit us up. We'll let you know how it goes. As always, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Type in ScrubClub Games. Bam! ScrubClub Game is all up in your home. Quick announcement: we're currently looking for someone that will help look after the Facebook page, because we do way too much work behind the scenes, and we continuously forget about Facebook. So we're looking for a mediator. So if you want, DM me on Twitter or DM me on Twitch later on. But yeah, you can find us on those 2 bases, and we will be making our Instagram page as E3 comes up. And as always, sponsor our YouTube page for video versions of the podcast, like ScrubClub Gaming. And you can find us on our home base, soundcloud.com/ScrubClub Gaming. That's soundcloud.com/ScrubClub Gaming, as well as our backup page, googleplay.com/ScrubClub Gaming. Anyone get a hold of us, you want some private critique time, find your boy, Reckless Fox, Twitter and Instagram, the Reckless_Fox, find on our YouTube page, Reckless_Fox, and find all my latest game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. If I'm not holding down the South region, flexing Geese Howard style, we are going to the Kanto region, where they can find my boy Xforce. Xforce, where can they find you?
They can find me at twitch.tv/Xforce Gamer 88.
And we're going to fly over to Angel Grove, California, where my boy Bouken Kabuto, where can they find you?
You could find me on Instagram at chrono_justice_cosplay on Instagram. And you could find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BoukenKabuto. And you are right now watching ScrubClub with my two best friends.
Okay, no, I'm sorry. Joking. Copyright.
You need to work on your announcer voice.
I don't care. I don't need an announcer voice because I'm all about that peace and love. I will be best friends with everyone in the ScrubClub community.
Except Brie Larson. Anyways,
except Brie Larson.
Anyways, with all that being said, let's get started. Let's get started. So I want to go first, because I'm always going last. I want to go first.
Fox said it, not me. Just saying.
But you agreed. But you agreed, though. Shut up. Anyways.
I agree, but I'm not the one who brought it up.
Anyways, so let's get started. So I want to start first with my opening. So I just want to I want to first say thank you to everyone. Because for everyone who has been following me on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, anyone who's been following me on my social media sites, I want to first thank you all very much. I got a lot of your DMs on Twitter, DMs on Twitter, your DMs on IG, congratulating me. I want to thank you all for watching the IG live, because a lot of you guys who I know personally, who I couldn't get tickets for everyone for my graduation, I thank you guys a lot for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank I want to thank GC. I want to thank Xforce. I want to thank Bouken Kabuto, Jen, Karma, even Exile Oreo, who I saw. It was rare. It was really rare to see him, because he's working and he's trying to get back on the podcast. We're talking about it and stuff like that. So Exile Oreo might be coming back soon. But yeah, guys, I and everyone else who has been supporting me, from ScrubClub Gaming to Morphin Network, guys, I really do appreciate it. I could go on and on about this 5-year journey of going from freshman to now a graduating college student, being the first in my family to do it. But there's tears will be shed tonight if I do that. And I'm trying to not do that tonight, because I cried way too much yesterday and last night before going to bed. I don't need to be crying again for right now. I need to. But to everyone out there, thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone who whether you tuned in for 2 seconds or not to watch me on Twitch, for everyone who I know personally or I've met personally at conventions and stuff. Everyone who's been supportive and everyone who's been down with me since day one, thank you guys. Words cannot describe how I feel right now. I am still on cloud 9, because I didn't think it could happen. I almost gave up at one point, but I stuck through it. So I want to thank you guys. I want to thank God, who's in my life, obviously. And yeah, guys, I love you all. That's all I have to say about that. Graduating yesterday, oh man, that was emotional. Me and my work, I call her my work wife. Me and her were graduating that exact same day. We were like legit right next to each other, because she's a liberal studies major and I'm an English major, and we were legit about to start crying. And dude, oh my god. And then we went to I went to Maggiano's with my family yesterday, ate some really good Italian food. And I honestly was going to stream last night, but I knocked out because I was up since 5 in the morning, because my nieces woke me up crying. And I was supposed to get up around 6. They woke me up an hour later, and I woke up an hour and a half later. I was trying to be out the door by 6:30. I left at 7 o'clock. So, yeah, that happened.
Ain't that fun for you?
Yeah, yeah, man. But that happened, and then this weekend I got paid to help. I was in Yucca Valley the majority of the day.
I see.
But I did get paid doing it, so there you go. And I did make plenty of money. Shouts to everyone who gave me money for graduation. Yeah, other than that, guys. Oh, and once again, shouts to my homie Assassin Fox. He got me a copy of Resident Evil 2, and I actually streamed it for the first time this past weekend on Twitch. And
Did you put in all the mods?
No, I have it on PS2. I mean, PS4.
Okay.
PS4. No, man, but it was a rare appearance from Mama Fox, because Mama Fox got mad because I was just she's like, nigga, if you don't stop screaming. So yeah, people actually got the chance to hear Mama Fox yell at me. Be like, boy, nigga, if you don't stop screaming, I'm gonna unplug that damn PS4. But yeah, because I was at my mom's house. So.
To go sleep.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. Which actually, yeah. So we saw how your graduation went for that one, that kind of thing, and yeah, congratulations. My department was great. Oh yeah, Bouken, did you graduate yet or no?
I graduated 2017.
Okay.
And by the way, shout-outs to the head of the Liberal Studies department. She really knows how to plagiarize herself. Like I was watching Fox's stream, and I have to be honest, she made the exact same speech verbatim that she.
Are you talking about the president?
Speech. Yeah, the president.
It's called recycling, which is actually against which is surprisingly against academic.
Yo, real talk though. When the president of CSUN got on stage, everyone booed, and I laughed so hard.
You guys are awful.
No, I ain't boo. I'm just live streaming, and all you hear is boo. I cackle like ah! People heard me laugh too. It was funny.
Yeah. Which actually reminds me, for my graduation, someone brought in a body pillow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
He's my colleague. We all went up together. It actually have a picture of myself carrying hugging a body pillow as well.
Oh my god. Anyways,
in my graduation, someone brought in an inflatable penis. And everyone was just volleying it like around the crowd, like a beach ball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Well,
wow.
I got something better. So one of my homies, I call him my Padawan because he wants me. He's still a Jedi in training. What do you call it? He sent me a video. And I swear to God, someone posted it. It was found on this, you know how they show people graduating, like there's a big screen of it doing it too. Someone flipped off the president. She got on stage, and you know how the president she just flicked her off and kept walking.
No way.
And I'm like, oh my god. Okay, part of me laughed.
You don't do that.
But part of me, I wasn't. It wasn't my graduating class.
I know.
It was another one. But I laughed a little bit. But I'm like, damn. My school does not like this woman at all. But yeah. Well, that being said, I think I'm done for talking about my graduation. Go ahead.
And there's also another one which I actually saw on our school's Facebook page. At some point, there's a guy who actually went in with a purple
pimp suit. Yes, I remember. Yes. I remember. I was there that day when it happened too. I was
like, why would you do that?
This dude looks like Macho Man Randy Savage, and it was glorious.
That was stupid.
Hey, I laughed though. It's no fun when it happens to you. It's no fun when it happens to you. When it happens to other people, it's funny. Anyways.
What is Shauna Foya? What are you, an asshole or something like that? I'm joking. But yeah.
I'm maybe an a-hole, but I'm not 100% a dick. Anyways. Alright, well, Xforce, tell us how your weekend was. Go ahead.
How should I put it? It was pretty... I'll say it's eventful, but not in a fun way for me. A lot of things had to get sorted out with myself in general. And I'm still sorting everything out. So, yay!
Hey, well, we're here for you, so that's all that matters.
It's more like it's more on the stress side of things, if anything. So yeah. On the other hand, I got some new Nerf blaster. So a new Nerf blaster and some new accessories. What? Oi.
It was.
you get you get.
I guess I know I'll get hyped for it, but still. Anyways.
Wow.
All right, well, Bouken,
Wow.
Bouken, next, you're the last one. So, how was your weekend, Ben? Go ahead.
Let's see. It was rough. Like, I had work, and I had a spinal tap on Thursday, so I had back pains all weekend.
Oh no.
And yeah, and I had to go to work and stuff because like I do not have sick days. And I was like so happy because I was like okay, I just finished working on Saturday. I have Monday off, and then I get that transfer to the Death Star, and then Sunday morning I get a call. It's like, yo Kabuto, yeah, don't go to this location on Monday. Go to the same location you've been working at for the last several months because we've been extended by an extra week. I'm like, no.
Oh my god.
I barely finished all my homework for the week, and right now I have more homework for this week and with field work. But you know what? I think I might be able to be just a little bit ahead of schedule as opposed to the last few months where I was like literally last minute with everything. Hopefully.
All right.
But
Well,
like I'm just like pissed that like I still have to drive 14 miles to work and then 14 miles back when I should since the start of the month I was supposed to already be like driving only a mile from my house. And what makes matters worse is that next week I have finals for this class I'm currently taking, and I have a CSET, which by the way I'm studying for right now as we're doing this podcast.
All right.
For those of you who don't know, a CSET is a very difficult test, which is basically a GED for a bachelor level degree, basically.
All right. Well, all that being said, well, hopefully, Bouken, you do pass, which you're going to, obviously. But yeah, other than that, guys, let's get started. Well, I want to say this right now. I'm not going to put this person on blast in the chat, but they just said money sucks for me. I don't know how I burned through $11,000 in 2 weeks. What the hell did you do with that $11,000, dude? What the hell did you do with that? I'm not going to put you on blast, but damn, man. Damn. That's all I have to say. Damn. Anyways, with that being said, now let's get started. Now, we actually do have quick news for you guys. Now, unfortunately, we've not had quick news in the past couple of weeks, but I realized that when we're playing, I remember when we were talking about Final Fantasy VII last week, we forgot to address the other games that were announced during the PlayStation State of Play. But before we do that, Overwatch Anniversary is now officially up, so if you are still playing Overwatch, and if you have not updated Overwatch yet, the Overwatch Anniversary event is going on right now, and there's actually some really dope skins. You get you can get a Schoolgirl Diva, you can get a Pharah who looks legit like she just came out of Pacific Rim, and you got carbon fiber skins. There's more detail on it.
Wait a minute. There's Schoolgirl Diva?
Yeah, Schoolgirl Diva. So for everyone who like Xforce, who likes schoolgirls, and likes putting not safe for work stuff on about schoolgirls.
No.
I'm joking. By Thursday, that one game that they advertise on porn sites probably would already make an AVI for Schoolgirl Diva.
True.
You know the one.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
I do.
By the way, did you mention? By the way,
Gargoyle Wednesday. I'm not talking. No. So yeah, Overwatch Anniversary is currently available. So go ahead and start playing. And Overwatch League is on hiatus right now. Overwatch League's on Overwatch League's on hiatus right now. Shut up, Xforce. Overwatch League's on hiatus right now. It's coming back, I believe, next week or the following week. And now let's talk about PlayStation State of Play.
In June.
So in June, alright, cool. So the games that were announced at PlayStation State of Play a couple of weeks ago that we forgot to mention. So Medieval, the remastered version, the old school PlayStation Classic game that came out, is now being remastered and has more brand new graphics and stuff like that. Well, the game comes out in October 25th. Darkwood is now available on PlayStation if you haven't gotten on PlayStation yet, or if you don't have a PlayStation, you can still buy it on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and Steam. Steven Universe and OKKO Let's Be Heroes Combo Pack is now available on PlayStation. And there's a new Predator game coming out, Predator Hunting Ground, which is set to be released in 2020. Now, here's a piece of information that Xforce wants to talk about so badly.
Wait, no, I don't want to talk about that badly. I'm just like,
so Xforce. No. Go ahead, Xforce. I'll put you on the spot. Go ahead, talk about it.
Okay, fine. Hentai Heaven is back. It was actually, it's actually from the news from, supposed to be the news from last podcast, by the way. But something that is actually good coming out of it. They're actually trying to go legit. So they're going to get licensed hentai in there, which is going to be fun. So you can watch Bible Black for all you love.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Anyway.
Right? Interesting when someone wants to talk about hentai.
I'm not
talk about
it's not that I'm excited. It's just
hold on. Listen, we'll talk about
Bible Black's to go to hentai.
Listen. No. Hey, shut up, weebs. Shut up. The next Scrub Lounge we do, y'all can talk about that all you want. Matter of fact, I'll give you the keys. Y'all can talk about hentai all you want in the next Scrub Lounge. Okay, I don't care. One of the biggest pieces of news that came out, and that is Sony and Xbox. It's happening, people. The next generation of consoles, Sony and Microsoft, have become one with each other. The one with the Force, because they have officially announced that they are making a partnership for gaming and cloud services. I'm gonna read just a little bit about this from GameSpot, because you actually find out more about this on GameSpot. PlayStation itself came about through the integration of creativity and technology. Jiro Yoshida had talked about. Our mission is to seamlessly evolve the platform as one that continues to deliver the best and most immersive entertainment experiences together with a cloud environment that ensures the best possible experience anytime, anywhere. For many years, Microsoft has been a key business partner for us. Though of a course of two companies have also been competing in some areas. I believe our joint development of future cloud solutions will contribute greatly to the advancement of interactive entertainment. Sony has always been a leader in both entertainment and technology, and the collaboration we announced today builds on this history of innovation. Added Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Our partnership brings the power of Azure and Azure AI to Sony to deliver new gaming and entertainment experiences for customers. And Phil Spencer actually got in on this. Excited about the opportunities ahead with Sony for us to pursue our mutual gaming ambitions and delight players around the world. Xforce, thoughts? Go ahead.
I'm speechless. That's all I need to say. I'm speechless. Like, aren't you competing against each other?
But right now, as of right now, yes. But the next generation of consoles, a new era has officially begun.
So both of them are going to be, they're both going to
work together.
What the fuck? That sounds so weird.
I'm just gonna say this: the Hokage War is now officially, it's pretty much on the verge of ending. That's all I will say. Bouken, what are your thoughts, real quick?
I don't know how I feel about this as a capitalist, but I will say this on a social level. Finally, we could put an end to people having that whole purism where it's like, oh, I'm strictly Xbox, or oh, I'm strictly Sony, and if you're the other team, you don't know gaming, you're an asshole. While all of us in the Nintendo crowd are just like kicking back and just like playing like Mario Kart or Bayonetta, because it's like, look, we just want to have fun, okay? You know, like, yeah, we can't watch Blu-rays on our system, but at least like we're just having fun playing our games. I don't know why you two are fighting, but like, hopefully, finally they'll stop fighting and stuff. So,
well, let's put it this way: it's the us versus them mentality, which is pretty much the cancer to everything. That goes with politics, the world, even relationships. It's the tradition. Yeah,
nothing destroys relationships or friendships more than religion and politics, and boy, there's a lot of politics in gaming, and hopefully that's one less thing we'd have to worry about dividing us.
Well, let's put it this way: the us versus them mentality is toxic at the at pretty much a literal world scale, basically.
Universal is what you're saying.
Yeah, it's universally a cancer to society, period. Now, I find it really cool that they're actually teaming up for this one, but they must have a financial incentive for them to do that, though.
Yeah, because like otherwise they'd have no reason, or it'll be a temporary truce, like to overthrow Nintendo or something. I don't know.
Well, that's the thing.
I don't know. I'm done with Game of Thrones.
They're not going to overthrow Nintendo.
No,
they're not going to overthrow Nintendo because Nintendo is not the direct competitor.
And Nintendo's making way too much money at this point. Hence the reason why we keep in mind we covered this a couple of 4 or 5 podcasts ago, where Microsoft is currently working with Nintendo to try to integrate Xbox Live into the Nintendo Switch and stuff, and hopefully they do great, because right now they're also talking about trying to make Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Live become one, and they're cutting the price down to $15 if they manage to succeed with that.
But I'm going to say it straight up. Here's the thing, though. In this particular generation, Xbox is the true underdog in this one.
Well, yeah, no one buys games on Xbox. Because you can buy them easily on PC as well.
Exactly, that's the thing. They're pretty much, and there's actually only one thing I want to get from Xbox, but even then, I'd rather play a different racing game, which is Forza, for obvious reasons.
And I would say, go ahead.
And even then, it's like, I would rather play other racing games than Forza, because the community in Forza is toxic.
A racing game community is toxic? Are you serious?
No. Forza it's unusually toxic for a racing game community.
How's that even possible?
Okay, let's put it this way. In Forza, the meme goes, first corner, everyone crashes.
That's it? Oh my god, whatever. That's not the point. Alright, fine. That's stupid, but okay. But like I said, go ahead.
Trying to kill each other, by the way,
well, say what you want, real quick. Say what you want about, because I know there's going to be a lot of Sony ponies who are like, oh, why? We don't want to integrate, which, that's dumb, because some of y'all have been asking for cross multiplayer, but that's a different story. I would say this. If they do, when they do, this is what I hope hopefully does happen. Microsoft needs to be put in charge of the servers and stuff. I say that because of the fact that...
I agree.
I understand...
They're very good with servers.
I understand that a lot of people played the PlayStation 3 online because it was free, and even PS4 up until PlayStation Plus, you need to start playing online for some games. But when you compare the online... experience between Xbox and PlayStation, Xbox will always be better because Xbox knows how to run their servers well, better than Sony and PlayStation, because their servers hold on, their servers are always going down. How many times have you been on PlayStation and they're always saying their servers are going through a maintenance check or something like that, where like Sony's online servers are pretty much held up with popsicle sticks and like a glue stick. That's pretty much it. So hopefully,
let's give them some credit.
Hold on. I'm almost done.
Fine, I'll let you finish.
Hopefully, with Microsoft and Sony having this merger, we can fix that online experience issue, and if they do go with the plan of still integrating Xbox Live with Nintendo, you can fix their online issues as well. Now go ahead, Xforce.
Okay, so I'm going to say straight up. Okay. At least, to be fair to Sony, though, at least it's better than Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
But more seriously, though, here's the thing, though. Microsoft is in general a software company. Maybe a little bit on the hardware side as well. Sony is a let's look at the companies in isolation completely. So Microsoft, software, they're pretty much software side of things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty much software side. Sony, multimedia side. So they deal more on the publishing side and even more on copyright stuff. So in terms of those, they're more specialized when dealing with other people. So this is why during their earlier times, they're very good at gathering third-party developers to join their system. They're very good at that part.
Okay.
Anyways, so when I'm mentioning about multimedia side, movies, music, and video games at this point. And we're going to ignore Nintendo for this part because Nintendo is its entirely new beast in things. Now, they're both benefiting from it as well because with Microsoft's experience on the technical side and Sony's IP power, they can make a very strong service for this one. They both pretty much benefit from this one.
Exactly. But like I said, that's gonna be the next generation of consoles. So let's see what happens. I am a game for that. I am all in for that one. But, yeah.
I want to see how successful it is.
I do too. Everyone wants to see how successful it is. Speaking of success, so Rockstar actually bought Starbreeze, the company that makes remember that dumb Walking Dead game that came out a year or two back? Xforce?
No, I don't remember it.
Alright, well, I'll read a little bit from PC Gamer real quick. So, Rockstar buys Starbreeze for $7.9 million. Starbreeze is selling a studio to Rockstar Games as it continues to restructure in an attempt to avoid shutting down. The Ruval Interactive and art production studio that's worked on Halo, Forza Horizon, and Payday 2 was acquired by Starbreeze for $8.5 million and is being sold to Rockstar for $7.9 million. For that $7.9 million, Rockstar will get 91.8% of the shares in the studio, Starbreeze shares, and the deal is expected to close before the second half of 2019. Daruva is one of India's first and largest game studios, employing over 300 people. It was originally founded in 1997 by CEO Rajesh Rao. I hopefully I'm not butchering his name. And with the Starbreeze has worked on Payday and Overkill's The Walking Dead. Zombie multiplayer romp was canceled and removed from Steam after Skybound terminated its contract with Starbreeze. At Rockstar, Daruva will continue to work on existing client projects as well as with the 500 Rockstar staff already in Bangalore on the other games. Thoughts on this, Xforce? Go ahead.
That's a pretty cheap buy, honestly. I mean, for putting it into context. I mean, I know it's not a lot. I know it's not a. It's not cheap for a majority of us, but in the context of companies, that is very cheap. That's a pretty cheap buy, honestly. 7.9 billion. Not billion, million. My bad. Right?
No, yeah, million, not billion, million.
If it's billion, then it's like, okay, that's a big purchase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would say this. I mean, good for Rockstar because, like I said, Overkill's The Walking Dead. That wasn't for me, fam. And I know GC kind of defended the game because he actually got the chance to play the game at E3, and he said it was a pretty decent game at best, but it wasn't. I wasn't feeling it at all. So, like I said, good for Rockstar, and hopefully they they make some new games that are actually pretty dope. I don't really have much to say about that, but it's a pretty big buy to say the least. What about you, Bouken? Thoughts?
Bully for Rockstar. You know, let's see what happens.
LA Noire 2. I want that to happen. That's all I have to say. Okay.
You can't do much in that game, though. You can't explore.
Yes, you can. LA Noire 2, dude. Look, the game ended on a cliffhanger / open ending. There's so much you can do in 1950s Los Angeles, dude. Plenty. You can go to brothels, obviously. You can take down the mob, obviously. Run through Hollywood. You can do something in LA Noire. I just hopefully if they do make an LA Noire 2, you get a little more freedom. That's all.
We need to move on.
All right, cool.
So, yeah.
Okay, because Xforce is going to go on that rant again about freedom in games that we talked about in previous.
No. I'm not going to go on that rant.
We're about to go on. All right. No, we weren't. Just saying. Mark's Rockstar, you know, Rockstar. Anyways, but what I'm about to go in on, I'm really finna go in on these niggas. So, Final Fantasy VII, the trailer came out about a week and a half ago. We talked about it. We all digged it. I'm the only one I'm probably the one who's very skeptical about it because I'm not digging the whole episodic thing they're trying to run with.
That one? Yeah, episodic. I'm not a fan of it.
Yes.
At least in this context.
Exactly. So we forgot to mention one thing about it, and that people got offended about. There are people who are really mad about the Final Fantasy VII remake, not just in America, but also in Japan. And
really?
this wouldn't be an issue until I watched Dreamcast guy talk about it, and I'm like, are you serious? There are niggas who are really pissed about this. Shout out to Dreamcast guy. So on the Japan side, the Japanese audience who saw the trailer for the remake are upset over Aeris's new design, because apparently Aeris in their eyes does not look youthful. She looks a lot older, even though in the game Aeris is like 22. So I'm
fine with the Aeris look, but you're saying Japanese side, right?
Yeah, the Japanese side are pissed about it, which I'm over here like, wow, really? Wow. She's 22. She's not supposed to look like a teenager, guys. She's supposed to look.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you back for this a little bit on that part.
No,
Asians look super young.
I know that, but like, dude.
I'm convinced as a high schooler still.
I have a friend. Her mama, who's Japanese, still looks young, and she's like 50. I know, I understand, but at the same time, it's like y'all are complaining over her looks. Are you freaking serious right now? But I'm gonna go back to Japan in a minute. Let's talk about what's going on in America. So
okay, that's what we're concerned about.
So in America, people are upset over the new design of Barrett. Not just his new design, the fact that he does not look like a straight up action figure. He doesn't. In the original games, he looked like a straight up action figure. We can all agree to that. He looked like He-Man, okay? But now they've given him a more realistic and still bulky design. Okay, he still packs some muscle, all right? But now we got people who are mad over his voice, because his voice sounds way too masculine or way too hyper masculine to a certain extent. And this is coming from Kotaku. Kotaku is mad.
Screw Kotaku. They say shit all the time.
Kotaku is mad over the fact that they feel as if his voice is way too hyper masculine and yada yada yada.
Is he supposed to be like that in the first place?
They say
okay. Can I just say something about him? Like, I honestly, you know what is, like, if someone asked me how would you describe this character, you know what's the first thing that comes to my mind?
Mr. T?
No, Dylan from Predator.
Interesting. Go ahead, continue. You can take the floor on this. Go ahead.
Because Dylan is Schwarzenegger's best friend in the movie. He's basically Black Schwarzenegger, and that is basically my impression of the character in Final Fantasy. He's the big, really muscular, hyper masculine, but in a cool 80s way, and he's got like a machine gun for an arm. So I'm like, yeah. Like, this is supposed to be an 80s caricature type character. So there shouldn't be any complaints about him being hyper masculine. That's exactly how he's supposed to be. It's like that one OkCupid account I saw one time when, like, you got this girl, she's like complaining, she's like on her profile, she's like, it's like, you gotta be an intersectional feminist and like fighting the patriarchy and like fight and like a toxic masculinity, but at the same time, in that her profile picture is a picture of her having Jotaro Kujo on her shirt, the guy who calls his mom a bitch.
Yeah, I remember that one. But no, anyway, go ahead, Xforce. Go ahead.
I actually listened to Barrett's voice, like, dude, this is fine. I listened to Barrett's voice in there, and I just think it's fine as it is at the moment.
That's my point. Like,
yeah, and the thing is, when you look at Barrett is not supposed to be he's not supposed to be like a philosophical, like, I don't know, Barrett is straight up, we're gonna go guns blazing and we'll see what happens. I don't know what makes that any form. I don't know how that makes it any form of toxic masculinity.
But let's put it this way. I'm going to say straight up. are your sources from one source, or is it the general consensus?
The general consensus where people are actually upset. It's not just Kotaku. There are people who are genuinely upset over Barrett's voice, and I'm over here because I'm gonna play it like this, and it's funny because I think about he sounds like, aside from Dylan, he's like I'm here to be your shield or something like that. Like he has a preacher voice, which is hilarious. I love the preacher.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, like it's great because it's like Barrett's not supposed to be this philosophical like Hamlet to be or not to be. Barrett's supposed to be a hard mother lover who's
wait. He could be the Arnold Schwarzenegger version of Hamlet. To be or not to be.
Not
to be.
But you know what that means.
I could dig it.
He's more like the guy from Action Jackson, the security guard who doesn't fight Jackson. He's like, I could, but it would go against my Muslim beliefs. He's like that guy, and I like that about Barrett in this one because if you look at the original text from Final Fantasy VII, the OG one, Barrett was always a hard ass dude. So I don't understand why people are getting pissed over the fact that he's supposed to he sounds like a hard ass dude. He is out here representing, trying to knock some and trying to beat some machines. And I'm sorry, him and Cloud and his entire squad are eco-terrorists. Come on now.
Okay, let's put it this way. I already did say that the gamers are entitled as hell. This is probably one of them. This is like what they just baffle me on like what exactly they want. But the fans, I feel like some of them are misguided. I'm gonna be hopeful for this one.
People are no, I'm gonna say this right now. People are dumbasses that they honestly believe that Barrett, he's too toxic. He supports toxic masculinity. No, he doesn't, nigga. What are you talking about?
Soft.
But I'm going to say straight up, if it's just non-gamers that are talking about it, then it's like they're not the market.
Well, screw them. Screw them, people. Let them dumb niggas go keep playing mobile games or something like that. Screw those people.
No. It's not even mobile games. They'll complain about the mobile games. They have some serious issues. I'm going to be hopeful, and which is rare for me. And I'm going to say that it'll grow on them, the design and the voice.
If these are the same folks who can grow over the fact that Bayonetta, they say that Bayonetta is way too sexual, even though Bayonetta was designed by a woman, then screw them.
Also, Bayonetta is actually not necessarily a good female figure, surprisingly, because she pretty much destroys everything in her path with no repercussion.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna say.
Actually, yeah, but the thing is, in between the scenes where she does destroy everything inside, she does have tender moments with other characters.
Yeah, but let's talk about
adult and child alike.
But here's the thing: we're talking about overall scope of things, not for one specific instance.
Right.
We're talking about the overall scope of things. But yeah, for the Final Fantasy VII remake trailer, the Japanese side they're too caught up on their kawaii culture. They care so much about youthful and such that as soon as a woman hits like 25, like they're done.
It's over.
That's crazy. That is crazy. As soon as they hit 25, they're now no longer valuable. This is not just in Japan, by the way, but Japan is like the extreme version of it. It's in general Asia. They care about young women. And if they're not young, they're done. Unless you're a career woman. In that case, you can do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What?
But even then, it's like, why? Why does that have to exist? On American side, we already have enough problems with too many special snowflakes.
Actually,
I hate to say it. We have too many special snowflakes here. We need to eliminate some of them.
You know, Xforce, you just remind me about this hilarious irony. You got all these, you got a bunch of people who are like, oh my God, America's way too conservative. Like, it needs to be more liberal. And at the same time, it's like, oh my God, I want to go to Japan because like I'm so in love with anime and everything should be like an anime. But the thing is, if you actually go to Japan, they're actually more conservative. In general, they're more conservative than America is.
I'm talking, even if you haven't played Final Fantasy VII, I'm pretty sure some of y'all have watched Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. If you think Barrett's bad in this game, watch Advent Children. My nigga had cornrows. This nigga looks like Quentin Rampage Jackson if the nigga had cornrows in his hair. This nigga had braids like he was finna start boxing someone in the UFC.
He's Riley Freeman on steroids.
Exactly. He's Riley Freeman on steroids with a gun for an arm. There you go, nigga.
Which actually reminds me, the new Final Fantasy VII remake trailer looks a lot better than Advent Children, honestly.
To be fair, anything looks better than Advent Children, and that's a controversial thing I will say for tonight.
No, it's like in terms of technical looks, by the way. Yeah. In terms of technical looks, it's already better.
Get at me, you Final Fantasy fanboys. But I think I'm done talking about it. All I will say, I'm just gonna conclude this right now and say this. People, and I'm being real. People, listen. I understand, like, we live in a new age where there is such thing as toxic masculinity. I know I've seen it before, and I can actually vouch that there is such thing as toxic masculinity. But when you're trying to bring the same argument to a video game that, keep in mind, is 20 plus years old, that's finally getting a remake and is trying to somewhat stay true to the original source material while trying to do something fresh and new. To the Japanese audience, look, I understand youthfulness is a thing in Japan. I understand that, but Eris, her looks, don't let that get to you guys, okay? This game could potentially be fire, and this is coming from someone who swore up and down this game was never going to come out, okay? I will eat my words for that. To the American audience, listen, I understand, once again, there is such thing as toxic masculinity. I know I've seen it, okay? But do not bring that into video games. Please don't, because you can, especially for a game like Final Fantasy VII, where the character is just acting like he would 20 years ago, because they're not changing parts of the story whatsoever. Just let it flow. Let them go through with it, and it will grow on you. Okay.
Remember, not everything has to be about them. By the way.
Exactly. Okay. So please,
ironically, like I said, the most controversial. Ironically, I said the most controversial part more than, and I expect you to say something more controversial. Honestly.
No, because like I said, my controversial thing was saying screw the people who think this is toxic masculinity. Screw those people, because they probably have never picked up a goddamn controller in their whole lives, or they probably spent too much of their time playing nothing but mobile games, spending too much money, and they're the reason why this entire gaming industry is gonna go down the hill.
I think you've kicked the printer enough times.
Just joking.
But anyways,
I'm joking with that.
No. Let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. They don't play video games, not even the mobile ones. They just watch videos. They just watch people play video games. And that's all their experience of video games is.
Oh, that's even worse.
And I'll leave it at that.
And that's the sad part. I made an actually scary true statement nowadays. They don't play video games anymore.
Stop predicting the future. Stop, Xforce. Stop. Anyway, move on to a happier note. Samurai Showdown. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Samurai Showdown, SNK is working on the brand new title for the game. And keep in mind, the last Samurai Showdown game that came out was Samurai Showdown Zen, and we don't talk about that. But
was it a decade ago?
No, that was back in yeah, it's been almost a decade since that game came out. Well, Samurai Showdown, the new one, is coming out on June 30th. There's plenty of new stuff that they've been talking about in the PlayStation State of Play from last week. This past week, well, a couple of weeks ago actually, they showed off a new trailer. They showed off some new characters. They showed off some new stuff that's going on, such as online multiplayer and training. One of the coolest elements about the new training mode is that the game learns what you do, and it puts your ghost training dummy online. It puts it to the online servers, and you can actually fight with other people's training dummies. In fact, the game is learning what you do, so it can try to beat you.
Well then.
Yeah. Also, there's some new characters coming to the game, and some returning favorites. I'm gonna say this right now. This game looks like fire. Like, I'm gonna say this right now. This is gonna be the first fighting game that I will have done in a while that I might pre-order, because honestly, SNK doesn't mess up, and they haven't in the past decade now. Ever since KOF 13. Since then, when they ever made a brand new fighting game, which was KOF 14, and now this game, they haven't really messed up. And honestly, SNK's been on a roll. They're like 2 for 2 at this point. Because from what people are saying early in the fighting community as of right now, for people who've actually gotten their hands on the game is lit. It's pretty lit. I mean, hence the reason why it's gonna be at EVO this year, which low key, I might buy this game just to see if I can get into EVO to play it. But with all that being said, I'm going to go with Bouken first, because Bouken, I know he's more of a casual fighting game fan. Bouken, do you know, have you seen the trailer for Samurai Showdown and the gameplay?
Actually,
and what are your thoughts?
yes, you know what? Yes, I have seen it. And you know what? Like, I think the character that looks the most appealing to me is Kyoshiro. Because, like, dude, Kabuki player with Naginata, that looks dope. But also, like, I like the whole, like, ancient Japanese theme. Except for the one character who's clearly a crusader. I think her name is Charlotte, I don't remember. And, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm a casual fighting game guy, you know. Like, I'm not, like, hardcore Street Fighters. Though, you know, I've pretty much been put into a position where at my job I had to play a lot of Street Fighter 2. And Street Fighter 2 New Challengers. And Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But yeah, I'm more of a casual. You know, I play a bit of Dragon Ball Fighters, and I could say I could pretty much use Yamcha to beat you with hit. Cough, cough.
Do you use manual combos or auto combos?
Manual.
I don't believe you. I'm joking around.
No, but combos are pretty hard to learn in any game. So like, yeah, it's like that scene from Titan Maximum where in that final battle, Hicks is like fighting the main character and he keeps missing. It's like it's like I know every single combo in the game and he keeps tapping the A button.
Anyways,
we'll go ahead.
Overall,
but anyways, and you know, I'm glad the game's coming out for the Switch, which means I can actually play that game. Let's see. I'm not a fan of the graphics. I mean, like in terms, like it looks like Street Fighter's V. I don't like the art. I don't like the art style of Street Fighter's V. You know, like how it's like pseudo 3D. It just looks weird for me. Maybe I need some getting used to, but like it's just like I don't like that halfway between 2D and 3D. I like it like all 2D or all 3D. Like Ultimate Ninja versus Clash of Ninja, nowhere in between. But that aside, but you know, like the gameplay looks fun, at least. Graphics aside, the characters look like well designed, and they have like a lot of characters from what I've seen in the trailer. But yeah, like I said, like I am like if I start playing the game, I want to try my hands at Kyoshiro because he looks like the most appealing character.
Are you done with your monologue?
No, that's it. Like I'm not monologuing. I'm expecting a dialogue.
I mean, it's like I'm just used to conciseness. That's the saying. So, you know what I mean? But anyways, how should I put it? So it's my turn, right?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Samurai Showdown looks solid. I'm not sure that if it has combos in there. I had to check out the frame down for that one, and I need to check out the emphasis on it. But it actually looks pretty good. I heard that it's notorious for having very huge whiff punishing mechanics and such. Something like that.
It does. I can tell you. I
Wait,
played
punishing?
Basically, if you whiff punish, you get massive reward off of it.
You do. I can easily tell you right now that I played the original 4 Samurai Showdowns. I can tell you right now, yeah, that does. It looks like they might be bringing that back.
I actually hope they do, because like this is something I actually do want to experiment with. Like, can I get my opponent to whiff punish whiff, and then I just punish them so hard that they just lose half their health every single time? That kind of thing. That'd be fun.
Well, like I said, this game does come out in June, so
let's hope it doesn't become Marvel.
Well, again, a lot of people are enjoying the hell out of it, so
positive reviews. We're
positive
good to
reviews,
go
and it's going to be at Evo. So, and look what game is not going to be at Evo. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Just saying.
Yeah, that's kind of expected, honestly.
Yeah. So Samurai Shodown.
What is the lineup for it actually?
Dude, we talked about this lineup like a month or two ago. Weren't you there?
I have bad memory. So what's the lineup again?
Oh my god. Okay, let me pull it up real quick. While we're talking about that, let's go into our next topic. So, it's been confirmed James Wan is currently working on a new Mortal Kombat movie. I think it's going into production, I believe, next year. Let me look on the article real quick. This is coming from Nerdist. Shouts to Nerdist. I actually know some people who work there. There are two indisputable facts that the original Mortal Kombat movie from '95 is. The first is that it's unquestionably a bad movie, which is a lie. One of the many failed attempts by Hollywood to successfully add a popular video game to the big screen, which again, it's a goddamn lie, but okay, it's your opinion. But yeah, so right now it's confirmed that from Entertainment Weekly reports that Aquaman James Wan will serve as producer on the film, which will be directed by newcomer Simon McCoy. There's no words on the movie on if the movie will be a sequel or a complete reboot, which is certainly what we expect. If it will be based on any of the specific games in the franchise, or it will be an R-rated movie, so it can recreate the game's infamous blood and gore. We do know it will film in Adelaide, Australia, with pre-production beginning this month before shooting starts later this year. So my bad, it's not filming in 2020. It's actually filming as of this year. Since it's safe to imagine the movie will use a lot of CGI to create both incredible nether worlds and many of the characters' moves, we guess summer of 2020 is the earliest possible release date. I'm sorry, I'm tongue tied like a mofo right now, but Xforce, you and I are both fans of the OG Mortal Kombat movie. What's your thoughts
about the new one? I hope they focus less on the gore part, which they're famous for, and more focus on the story aspect of it, because they're very good with the story, honestly. They actually have a very good story in comparison to other fighting games. But let's put it this way. If they make the violence part an icing on the cake instead, that would be better. It'll make a high-quality movie.
I will say this. They have
what the gore.
James Wan, if you're listening to this, you have the tools right in front of you. Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 9, X, and 11 are as close to actual movies without the video game aspect in it as possible. Look at Mortal Kombat 11, time travel. Mortal Kombat X, new generation. Mortal Kombat 9, a reboot to the original games, but adding a new plethora. Yes, it's a soft reboot / sequel, which then opened up a brand new timeline, and then Mortal Kombat 11 concludes it with both timelines merging together. You have the blueprints. You have what it takes to make this movie happen. You have what it takes to make this a solid video game movie, because there are only a handful of video game movies that are out right now that are actually good, decent to actually good. Detective Pikachu is a good movie. Okay.
Well, currently it's not the best, but it's the best video game movie. I
didn't say it was the best. I just say it's a good movie. The best never came out of my mouth. X-Force.
I know that.
Okay, I'm making sure. Like, Detective Pikachu is a good movie. That new Tomb Raider game.
It's a good video game movie.
That new Tomb Raider movie that came out last year, I will argue saying that movie was actually very decent. And this is coming from someone who never played the reboot series of Tomb Raider. I've been told it's a very good series. And if we're gonna count indie movies, that Mega Man movie that came out back in 2010 that debuted on Screw Attack first, good movie.
That was really good.
I'm just saying, James Wan and Warner Brothers, I'm pretty sure Warner Brothers can be making it, or distributing it. Y'all have what it takes to make this movie good. I'm Just saying, so don't screw it up. Not Xforce. Bouken, what's your thoughts?
I pretty much agree with Xforce in that, it should be more focused on, the story than blood and gore, because like blood and gore is kind of pointless if you're not immersed into, like, if you don't give a crap about the characters and stuff, and basically don't make the same mistakes that Game of Thrones made in the second half of the series. I mean, not the second half of the series, second half of season 8. Don't subvert our expectations. Actually, just like make something good, and hopefully, we will all like it, and and as a result, it'll make a good sequel and maybe a good franchise for all of that. Yeah, like I said, we make it so that we give a damn about the characters, so that if they kill each other off, it's impactful. Make us care about who lives and who dies. And yes, let's have some good choreography. Let's go back to basics. Let's do 80s Jackie Chan movies, back when you could see all the beautiful stunt choreography. It's because this is an opportunity to make something good. Let's start school.
Exactly. So, like I said, hopefully we gonna see. And hopefully we get some more insight about this as the story progresses. Because again, I think Mortal Kombat can be done. A movie version of Mortal Kombat, how can you possibly go wrong with that? And
the original one.
Again. The first one's good.
The original Mortal Kombat was not bad for what it was.
Yeah,
it's not bad for what it was.
God awful.
It could be as bad as the Mario movie, or in the modern iteration, the Sonic movie trailer that of the expectation.
Man, I'm so look, man. I am. Part of me is still really upset over the fact that, look, I understand a lot of people were mad about Sonic's new design, but you gotta look at the animating team. Now they're gonna have to go back and do the entire thing over again.
It sucks on them on the work front. But here's the thing, though: they failed to do their homework, and it's costing them a lot.
Oh yeah, that sucks to be them. They're freaking stupid for doing that, but.
And here's another one as well. The Pokemon movie has an even harder job than Sonic, but they nailed it with flying colors. Honestly, they nailed it, and because they did all the research way beforehand, and they had to make everyone look good. The Sonic movie, they just need to make Sonic look good, and that's it.
Exactly.
If anything, their saving grace is Dr. Eggman.
Like I said, well, that's because Jim Carrey. Honestly, Jim Carrey, you can throw Jim Carrey in just about anything, whether good or bad, and he's gonna probably be the best part of the entire.
Okay. Next.
And now we cut to our main story of the night, because usually we do it in the beginning, but we actually saved it for best for last. So let's talk about E3. Now, last week we talked about E3 in a sense where we knew that EA and Sony were not going to be at the conference this year. They pulled out. But there's more development that we just figured out, and I'm going to give you a little timeline of what's been going on. So there's a new and we're actually putting on a little bit of serious music in a minute. But there's a new E3 group announces a new leadership after a report disarray of the organization. They announced Stanley Pierre Lewis as its new president and CEO. So for those of y'all who don't know what's been going on. A couple of another company just dropped out of E3. One of them being Activision, and it was announced earlier this week and last week that Activision was working on a brand new Call of Duty game, and Treyarch was actually going to be helping work on the game. It was Treyarch's turn this time. Well, Activision is no-showing the event this year. Not just that, but the entire conference is in disarray right now because they just got a new president, and now the big question is E3 still relevant right now? There's a lot's been going on behind the scenes of E3. It's not really looking good for E3 right now, and it's sad, but I'm gonna give my 2 cents about it afterwards. So, Xforce, if you have a little more detail on what's been going on, go ahead and share it, but what's your thoughts on this? Go ahead.
I'm not sure if I could say details, but in general, though, look at the state of how we get information. E3 it was supposed to be a trade show, but it's more so a show of giving information. And because of that one, you can just get information online, which is a big contributing factor why it's dying. The online information that's widely available. Now, with that said, I can see it coming from a mile away. If anything, Nintendo's actually the first to notice it right away. If anything, so Nintendo knows it right away, and they decided to do with Nintendo Direct. It's paying out in spades for Nintendo in that front. Now, with that said, I can see it coming when E3 is dying, just because of the informational age. On top of that one, gamer, you have to think of to yourself, how do you get information? If you think of to yourself like how you get your information and why E3 is dying, it makes a lot of sense, honestly. And with those companies pulling out of E3 and such, I'm pretty sure this is going to spell the end of it, for sure. No, it's not going to have. It's just now a shadow of its former self, basically. Now, with that said, if E3 is more on the indie scene, then I could see it being revived somehow. But it's going to die for sure.
Bouken Kabuto, do you have any thoughts about this? Go ahead.
I don't know, like, you know, the difficult thing for me to make my 2 cents on the Electronic Entertainment Expo is that I've never been to it, nor do I often like watch the coverage for it, except for like trailers for certain games. So like, but you know, like when something, you know, but when you have a major company that drops out of the expo, it's like, yeah, that's really concerning, because like imagine Power Morphicon, because this is something I could relate to a little bit more. Imagine Power Morphicon and like Bandai or in future cases Hasbro like suddenly dropped out of the process. Like now it's severely crippled as a convention. I mean, like Electronic Entertainment Expo, probably not as much, like if it's just Activision, because like because it probably has like a lot of companies involved, not just Activision, but still, you know, it's like Activision is, to my understanding, a staple. So it's like, you know, it is what it is. Like I'm curious what's gonna happen in the future, you know, as someone who's like trying to be more invested in gaming compared to how I was, say, 5 years ago. But yeah, we'll see if when more news drops. You know, E3 is coming soon, to my understanding. So, you know, let's wait for that to happen, and then just do a report on the aftermath, basically.
I would say, as you were talking about this, I was because I read this. This comes from not just Review Tech, because I got this from Review Tech USA. Shout out to Review Tech USA. I'm sorry, I'm tired. And I also got it from GameSpot. In fact, Sean Layden, who is the president of PlayStation, you know, the guy who's at all the tech shows and stuff like that. Sean Layden was talking to CNET recently and said this. And I'm gonna quote this real quick. Now we have an event in February called Destination PlayStation, where we bring all retailers and third-party partners to come hear the story for the year. They're making purchasing discussions in February, June. Now it's just too late to have a Christmas holidays discussion with retailers. So retail has really dropped off, and journalists now, with the internet and the fact that 24/7 there's game news, it's lost its impact around that. So the trade show became a trade show without a lot of trade activity. The world has changed, but E3 hasn't necessarily changed with it.
Reckless. I would say straight up, they pretty much nailed it, honestly. And I know you have experience with E3, but I actually did went to a trade show before, which is CES, honestly. So, what's your experience with E3 in this case? What do you see other companies do with each other?
All right. Well, I can say from personal experience, if you're talking about the trade show where we went into the LA Convention Center, I enjoyed it. It was great. It was well developed and designed and everything like that. And you had all the companies there with their booths and stuff. Like Spider-Man's at the Sony booth, Spider-Man's line and the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 lines were pretty much stacked all 3 days. Like you couldn't even get in. And a lot of the other games that they had at their booths, there were some you couldn't even get in unless they're like indie games or they're fighting games that they were releasing and stuff like that. Because again, there's not a lot of attention when it comes to fighting games at E3 unless it would show on the main stage. But I would say presentation wise, when it comes to the trade show as a whole, like the booths and everything like that, everything is nice. And holy shit, there's an audible in here.
It's Cece in there.
I told you.
How's it going, Cece? It's been a while.
Cece, is that you? Please say something.
Yeah, she's saying something.
Holy shit! I will be damned. The prodigal daughter has returned, and she's probably drunk. Are you drunk?
No, I'm tired. I've been awake since 8 a.m.
Girl, why are you here then?
What the?
Why are you
Because I
here?
have work to do.
You have work to do, but you're on the podcast. Dude, go do your work. Unless this counts as work.
I'm doing double the work. I'm doing the podcast work and I'm doing administration work.
You know, Jen and Karma really picked a really bad day to not be here.
I know, right?
Well, real quick, I'm before I finish what I was trying to say about E3. Well, Cece, let everyone say hi to everyone. That's Bouken Kabuto, our new token white guy.
Hey.
Hi.
Oh my god.
God.
Why?
Anyways,
Why?
And say hi to the audience who are watching right now.
Rosa, hello.
I think she's either high or drunk, or she's just dead tired and doesn't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna pick option B. But
Yeah.
Sure.
Anyways,
I mean, I could do you reckless.
I'm out. I'm joking. I'm joking around.
anyways, so going back to what I was saying in conclusion,
I would.
Go ahead. No.
You say
I'm gonna say it right now. Let me finish, nigga. E3 and honestly, it pains me to say this because I needed a couple of days to think about this. Because me and GC have been talking about this all cool minute because we're going to E3 next month. Do I think that E3's dying after this much? I don't want to say it because I've always been an optimistic guy. I always try to keep a smile on my face. I always try to think the best of things. Unless E3 changes for next year, it could be over. And it's sad. And I understand now why Sony, EA, I can't believe I'm saying I understand why EA dropped out, but Sony, EA, and Activision dropped out because honestly, if there's nothing for them to show that's coming out in the next coming months or year, then what's the point? That's number one. Number two, going back to about Nintendo, yeah, Nintendo, there really was no reason for them to be at the conference. And honestly, Nintendo's done a lot better not being at the conference show itself and doing their treehouse
It's
events.
less cost on them, actually. It saves them a lot of cost. That's just money sink for no reason, and they don't have to develop a build for them to show. That will be scrapped later on. So
exactly.
So it saves them a lot of time and money. Overall.
Exactly.
Hey,
Yeah,
is Metroid Federation Force still a thing?
We don't talk about that game. Shut up.
Anyways, I'm going to say it straight up. The purpose of a trade show is, like I said, a way to trade, way to do business,
and show off the new stuff you're doing.
Trades.
Exactly.
And here's the thing. Here's another thing. It's not just showing off other things. It's to make new business partners on top of it. That's what E3 is not doing. New business partners compared to the CES show. Because
and PAX and a lot of other trade shows. Well, not trade shows, but conventions that do game. Because you gotta keep in mind
in the industry
as a whole, because E3 its main focus is video games and accessories that go with video games, whether it's the new PCs, whether it's consoles, new ports, controller types, anything like that. That's what E3 was built on. Aside from games, it is to show off the new high-tech stuff that can be involved with video games or other accessories related to video games.
it's not serving its purpose because
Games and
because
games
they're not
accessories.
because here's this problem. There's no new business partners going around. They're just showing their stuff and nothing is being done.
And even if they were showing off their new partners, they do this months ahead of time. Google Stadia, for example, they're partnering with Ubisoft and id Software. Microsoft just acquired some more studios, and Rockstar just announced this past week, that they just bought Starbreeze. So a lot of the trade-ins, like partnerships and stuff like that, have already been done before E3 even started.
Pretty much.
Cece, what's your thoughts on this real quick?
EA is just a cunt and a whiny one at that. But they finally made the right choice for once.
Right.
Wow.
I mean,
that was necessary for this situation. Finally, they're done putting their heads up their ass.
Wow. I want to say this right now. Cece does not talk for everyone for the ScrubClub Game podcast. I'm just saying right now. What do
you mean?
Other than that, but
We're all
individuals.
But I do agree with individual opinions.
Well, I do agree with some of the stuff I do agree with what you said, where E3 should become a convention, because keep in mind, back in the day, none of us were able to go to E3. It was a trade-in show for the industry, for journalists and stuff like that. But because
and also other people in the industry itself as well.
Exactly, like G4. God bless those guys who back in the day were able to get to E3.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
I'm watching E3. I never thought I could be so free.
And I also. Oh, was it?
Oh, I'll ask it after. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this, and we'll stop. In conclusion, guys, I would say this.
I'm comparing to CES, and CES is doing much more. With the trades than what E3 is doing.
Exactly, and
in terms of purpose.
Exactly, and I would lastly say this. We already know that D3 is gonna be different this year, and I will say that from firsthand because, again, me and GC will be representing ScrubClub going to E3 this year. I can already tell you it's gonna be different, but I think when it comes to going there as an experience and just watching it at home, that's gonna be different too. But I will let y'all know how that is. And hopefully next year, if they're able to change the way they do things for E3 next year, hopefully it'll be better. And we can actually call E3 a trade show once again. And
or
convention. That too, or bring PAX to Los Angeles. That's episode 73 in the books. Thank you guys very much. ScrubClub Game Podcast, all up in your home. I'm gonna give the mic to Cece because she came back from the dead. Cece, final thoughts on tonight's episode. Go ahead.
I barely just got here, but the token white one might be my fucking new favorite, Ubu.
Oh
my god.
Thank you, Cece.
Teasing and joking aside.
Wow.
I do plan on being here for the next podcast. I'll at least try.
All right, then. We know, Cece. We know you've been busy, and I watch your stream, so I know you've been busy, and you're making a hustle. You're making a hustle. I like it, and I will see you in July for AX.
I'm also going to anime.
The one time I didn't go, I'm not going to AX.
Shut up, X. What's trying to hear what she's trying to say? Cece, what's up?
I'm also going to TwitchCon.
We'll be at TwitchCon too. It's gonna be in Pasadena this year, so we're going.
I am going to Japan World Heroes.
Are you going to Japan World Hero Con?
I could literally just sit in my house and just drive there. It's not even that far.
Alright then. Well, if you need a place to stay, let me know. Bouken Kabuto.
I don't know what the fuck.
What?
I live here.
I'm saying for AX, if you need a place to stay, let me know. That's all.
Okay.
Alright. Bouken Kabuto, you got the floor. What's your closing statement? Go.
My closing statement, party hard, game hard, let's all make friends, peace and love, all that stuff. I'll see you guys during the next podcast, I guess.
What about a different kind of love? Does that count too?
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and I hope Cece will be able to be wide awake and have fun with the rest of us in the next podcast as well.
I mean, I could have fun with you. Is that not bad?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Xforce, you got the floor. What's your closing statement? Go.
What is going on right here?
Alright, that's your closing statement. Good. And
I'm sad. Okay, leave me alone.
we're all single. Shut up. And my closing statement is, once again, shout out to the class of 2018, 2019, guys. We finally graduated college. And 2017. We've made it, guys. I'm officially a college graduate. And once again, thank you all very much for all your support on and off the stream. This is a new day for me. And
New day, new fun?
no, I haven't yet, but you can call me later.
Yeah.
You can call me later for that. But on a serious note, let's just see where the new road. Let's just see where the new road takes me. That's all I'll say. Thank God and
a new
God
chapter
bless.
in your life.
New chapter, and God bless. Thank you guys very much. I much appreciate it. And now episode 73 is in the books, so y'all know what to do. Email us at ScrubClubGameBookings@gmail.com. That's ScrubClubGameBookings@gmail.com for any questions, comments, concerns, advice, and bits required. Love to visit with you indie folks out there. You want to find us on Facebook and Twitter, target ScrubClub Gaming. Bam! ScrubClub Gaming is all up in your home. You can also find us on our YouTube page, ScrubClub Gaming. You can find us on our mother base, SoundCloud.com/ScrubClub Gaming. That's SoundCloud.com/ScrubClub Gaming, where our final retrospective review of Phase 3 of the MCU is officially up. And if you want to hear BoukenKabuto roast Brie Larson, go to 2 hours, 37 minutes and 56 seconds to hear the roast of Brie Larson's Captain Marvel. And with that being said, now you want to get a hold of any of us, you can find me, Reckless Fox, Twitter and Instagram, @Reckless_Fox. Find our YouTube page, Reckless_Fox. And find all the latest game content on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. If I'm not holding down the South Tower region, Flex and Geese Howard style, we're gonna first go to the Johto region. Cece, where can they find you?
You got missions on Twitch, and you can also find me at DC The Sands on Twitter.
And we're gonna go to the Kanto region. Xforce, where can they find you?
They can find me at Xforce Gamer. They can find me at twitch.tv/XforceGamer88. I keep messing up. Wow.
You lost your crown. You lost
Terrible.
your English too?
And we're gonna go to Angel Grove, where they can find my boy Bouken. Bouken, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/BoukenKabuto, and you can find me on Instagram at chrono_justice_cosplay for, some funny photos of me embarrassing myself, playing with Legos, and dressing up as undead Andrew WK.
So you're a masochist, basically.
How?
Okay.
How am I a masochist? I am just, cosplaying as Andrew WK if he were a certain villain in a certain Japanese TV show that I just recently introduced one of my friends to.
Okay.
If you're from the Heaven region, you're not going to be in there very long with me around. I hope you know.
With that being said, thank you guys very much for episode 73, and I bid you all adieu. Peace out, bless up, keep up working things $20 or less. Goodbye, mwah, and good night. Bang. Deuces.
Love ya.